I'm joined now by Gabriel Castro. He's the directing attorney of Immigration and Refugee Resettlement at the Catholic Charities of Los Angeles. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Elaine.
How closely are people in the immigrant communities there in California, Texas, watching what's happening between Mexico and President Trump?
I think everyone's looking very closely at these issues, and they're concerned. Between Mexico and Trump, they definitely see the hostilities, and they wonder if it's going to lead to any more issues for them, for any more immigration orders that might affect their lives.
Well, that being said, what are you hearing from the community, their clients, to what's been happening, the immigration raids, the recent roundups, even as we await a new executive order on a travel ban?
Right. Just last week, we had 200 people arrested by ICE in a raid, and the news is getting around the community, and people are afraid. It's quite chilling. You compare the way I talk to people just a few months ago to where they are now. They're afraid. They're uncomfortable in their own country. They're just not. They weren't ready for this. They weren't prepared.
Well, what's the difference between what is happening now under the Trump administration compared to what happened during the Obama administration, who also deported a lot of people back to Mexico and other countries? And how effective can Trump's deportation policies be if Mexico and some of these other countries refuse to cooperate with them?
Well, what we're seeing differently is that Trump is casting a wider net. He's going after as many people as he can. The most recent memo has outlined that anyone charged with a crime or even committing the acts that constitute a crime can now be a priority for deportation. Previously, under the Obama administration, you'd had to be convicted of a dangerous crime, and I guess that he won't be too successful if the other countries won't accept those people that he's trying to deport. But unfortunately for those people, if they're not being accepted by those countries and they won't be released into our country, they'll be stuck in immigration detention for the foreseeable future.
So a lot of limbo there. What are you telling your clients? What are their legal protections, especially if they are approached or taken away?
Primarily, if they're approached by immigration officials, I recommend that they do not answer their questions. They don't have to. They have the right to ask for an attorney and to stay silent until they receive one. But in the circumstance that they are detained by immigration officials, that the first thing they should ask for is to see a judge and to not sign anything until they're able to see a judge.
We've been hearing a lot recently about sanctuary cities. Los Angeles, for instance. What is the concept of a sanctuary city, and what do they really mean? Can they really offer protection?
Sanctuary city is actually quite a misnomer. When I think of sanctuary, I think of some place you can run and hide, and that will protect you from those that are after you. Unfortunately, that's not the type of sanctuary offered in a sanctuary city. Really, it means that the city government is not willing to hand over immigrants or information about immigrants to immigration officials without a warrant. So it sounds like they're offering this great protection, but it really only protects a small sliver of those involved.
And just a few seconds left. What are you looking for here in the next few days, few weeks ahead? Would be expecting that ICE is going to continue the raids. Unfortunately for us, right now, the numbers aren't as high of their capacity to be able to do so. So until they're able to hire more agents, we're not going to see too many more raids, but I'm still concerned for that. All right, Gabriel Castro, thank you so much for joining us from Los Angeles.